Bonjour, bonjour. Since it's the holiday season, I'm going to explain how to say Happy Holidays and Happy New Year correctly in French and break down the pronunciation. So, how to say Happy Holidays is Joyeuses fêtes. Joyeuses fêtes. Which literally means joyous feasts, joyful feasts or joyful celebrations. It's a much more versatile expression than Joyeux Noël, which means Merry Christmas. And in the English-speaking world, Christmas refers to the whole season, whereas in France, Noël refers to the 24th and the 25th. So, Joyeux Noël is something you should say on the 24th and the 25th, but you can say Joyeuses fêtes any time during the Christmas season. So, let's break down the pronunciation. First of all, joyeuse. Joyeuse is the same pronunciation as joyeux. Joyeux, but with a z sound at the end. Joyeuse. I already explained how to pronounce joyeux in my previous videos, so if you need help with that, you can watch that video. Joyeuse fête. Mind you, in the south of France, we pronounce joyeuse slightly differently. Because there's a z sound at the end, it goes from e to e. E, e. So joyeux, joyeuse. But if it's easier for you to say joyeuse, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. It's a slight difference in accent between the north of France, the northern half of France, and the southern half of France, roughly speaking. Joyeuse fête. Fête. You have a little accent on top of the E. It's useless when it comes to pronunciation. It's one of those accents. We have a couple of these in French. They don't change the pronunciation. This one is actually, all that it does is that it says that back in the day in Old French, there used to be an S after the letter. So, and you still have that S in variations of the word fête, like festival, for example, festival in English. That's a constant in French, by the way. When you see a word with the little accent that resembles a hat, it means there was an S after the word, after the letter in Old French. And often in English, when you have the same word or a similar word, you kept the S, because a lot of words in English come from Old French. So an example of that is the word mast, you know, the mast of a ship. In French, we write it with the little accent. Another example is the word château. Château, which you probably know, has that little accent on the A. It used to be chasteau. Actually, even before it was casteau, castel. And that's where you get the word in English, castle. So, joyeuse fête. Another way to say the same thing is bonne fête. Bonne fête. There's no real difference between the two. Joyeuse fête or bonne fête, you can say either. They mean the same thing. Personally, I like joyeuse fête. I think it sounds better. It's more. It's warmer. It feels warmer. Bonne fête pronunciation. Don't get fooled. There's no nasalized sound the way you have in bonjour, for example. Bonjour. Here it's bonne fête. Bonne fête. There you go. And how do you say Happy New Year? Well, we just say good year. So we say bonne année. Bonne année. And the pronunciation of this one can be helped thanks to a little trick that I haven't seen anyone teach before. It's a little trick that will make you sound more French. It will make your pronunciation flow a lot better. So, as you can see, there's a space in here, in between the two words. And because of that, we tend to think that there should be a pause in between the two words when we say them. Bonne année. And that's not how real people speak. When we speak in everyday life, we connect sounds together. And those little spaces are very useful when you're reading because they allow you to separate the words, but they don't exist when we speak. That's one of the reasons why it's so hard to understand spoken French, because you don't have those pauses between each word, because it would be a pain to listen to. Okay, so what that means is that we say bonne année as if it was just one word, so you just make it flow. And therefore, a useful little trick to have is that when you say bonne année, you should say it like this. Bonne année. So you take the N sound of bonne, and you connect it to the A. So you say bonne année, bonne année, bonne année. And if you say it like this, I can assure you you're going to sound a lot more fluent than if you say bonne année, bonne année, bonne année. No, we don't speak that way. We say bonne année. That's a little trick that's useful for a lot of words in French. For example, vous avez or vous êtes is not vous avez or vous êtes. It's vous avez, vous êtes. So try to pay attention to this when you hear French people speak, and try to use it in your own speech. It will make you sound a lot more natural. There you go. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And in case you're interested, I'm building a short downloadable lesson on essential French words for Christmas, with a pronunciation breakdown, like I just did, and ear training and memory training so that you can recognize instantly the words in speaking, not just in reading, and memory training so you can say the words and they roll off the tongue without you having to think about it and be too slow and stuck in your head. It'll be short and sweet and really affordable, less than €10. If you're interested, or even just curious, drop a comment and just say Noël in the comments. Noël. And it's okay if you can't write the accent. Anyway, if you have any questions, do put them in the comments, and I hope this was helpful. Bonne journée, à bientôt.